danganronpa.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought, but the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then, I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true? Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
不至。
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come
要懂。
on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
Semeágua. Exatamente como o Kazuichi disse, Nagito é o tipo de cara que só vai nos atrapalhar e piorar as coisas. Droga, não deveria ter explicado isso ao Nagito, agora eu tô com problemas graças a isso.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault. Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault. Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Cheio de brincar.
Hajime's testimony...
If Hajime's... Then the fact that Ibuki...
That would also...
I don't think I can. After all, Hajime.
Why would Hajime...
Well, obviously, because...
Did Hajime kill both...
The fact that the bodies were imitating them... No, that's wrong!
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Esse maluco, mano.
Before the
Pizza na
incident,
boca dele.
Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that.
Vou dar
Each
soco
person only
nesse
received
maluco.
one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Acusar
Nagito, what
pra...
are you doing?
Acusar pra confirmar o álibi.
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
Maluco,
Warm up.
mano.
This isn't a game, you know.
É jogo, na verdade. Deixa eu te avisar.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially
Aquecimentos
since
são...
this isn't a game.
Aquecimentos são muito
What a
importantes.
waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
What?
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
Nossa, não tava dentro da casa de show, fui rica, obviamente acho que sim. Será que realmente é verdade?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside. No, that's wrong!
Wait a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe?
Era de borracha segura sendo transparente, provavelmente seria.
I see! That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
Vamos torcer pra não ser
I'm certain it was glue.
tóxico, né, amiga?
I didn't know glue was edible.
Não é,
I
Kanye.
believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
Oops.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
Pedaço de papel que estava preso no feixe de luz na casa de show. Agora eu deveria ser capaz de descobrir o que é. Caso palavras, claro. Não tenho ideia do que é. Eu. Ai, eu cliquei no botão. Chupi. Meu Deus, esse negócio fica cada vez mais difícil. Respira. Pelo amor de Deus, me dá um. Eu perdi metade da minha vida nessa brincadeira. É brincadeira.
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper... See? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Aquele pedaço de papel preso na barra de holofote que fazia parte do papel de parede que encontrei na dispensa. Tá ligado à aparição repentina do corpo da Ryoko? Pra rever tudo o que aconteceu, a resposta deve ficar clara. Tudo bem, vamos tentar. Eu esqueci os botões desse jogo. Acho que acelera, né? Nossa, eu já tô com metade da vida. Por que o corpo da Ryoko apareceu de repente na cena do crime? Estava escondido. O que assassino usou para esconder o corpo da Ryoko? De parede. O assassino usou o papel de parede para esconder o corpo. Ele cobriu o pilar. Zero dano. Por que o corpo da Ryoko apareceu de repente no centro do crime? Porque estava escondido. O assassino usou para esconder o corpo da Ryoko com papel de parede. O assassino usou o papel de parede para esconder o corpo e ele cobriu o pilar.
It's all coming together! Got it! Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar. so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. If their plan took too long, Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey! Don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it! There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
Lá que todo jeito estranho dele sendo útil. O motivo pelo qual a Susana fez a imitação das duas vítimas do filme poderia ser capaz de explicar isso agora. Porque ele durou o filme.
I see!
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
Se você parar de interromper.
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was killed. That would mean Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
Quando ele não é
First
chato.
and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
De qualquer forma, se continuar, nós vamos apenas falar em círculos. Acho que é melhor esclarecer o estado da e-book quando a Ryoko foi assassinada. Nossa, assim, quando nem tem como ver a bala.
When Hyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Ah,
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
When Hyoko died,
não quero
Ibuki's feet
backstage.
were on the floor.
I am telling you to
A gente tem
present
que
your
concordar com a
evidence.
Sônia.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on?
I agree with that. Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hyoko's blood!
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
Cara, ninguém suporta o Gundam.
If Ibuki
Mas
stepped
tadinha
on
da
her blood,
e-book. Ela é tão perfeitinha.
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was mortally wounded.
A e-book não merecia morrer.
Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate
No.
the power of the evil eye!
Sim, a gente tá falando de você mesmo, insuportável.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound.
Não, eu
It
só não
seems
sei o
you've
que te
realized
responder.
our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better
Coitado.
entertain me to the fullest.
Chato demais.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crimes. There was no blood on the floor. You can't step on blood that was...
Era ali.
Did you see a nice nightmare?
Era ali, era ali.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crimes. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words! That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Olhou pra cena do
I
crime?
do. You
Olhou
look
com seus
closely.
olhos?
There's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason
Nossa,
they
isso é
wiped
meio
off the blood
fechado,
on the
né?
floor
Deixou
was so
sangue, deixou
we'd mix
a
up the order of the murders, right?
sola da e-book. Nossa, assim, meio
Even if
percebido.
they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, And it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Yoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop
Nagito
the
é
bleeding.
realmente inconveniente, chato e insuportável. Mas o Gundam consegue quase se igualar.
The bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file,
Convenient.
just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right?
Por favor.
Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Obrigada e fique quieto para
Fine.
sempre.
But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Por favor, fica quieto para
Can't you
sempre.
just shut up and back off?
Kazuichi, eu não gosto de você, mas muito
Now
obrigada.
then, let us resume our debate.
Ah, wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma
Mais
first.
uma das perguntas do Nagito.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Sim, a Kanye, sim.
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Vota na vítima. Nossa, suicídio.
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blackened to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Porque você é chata.
Nagito, what do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty
Por que
conscience,
alguém
right?
faria isso?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember?
Ela tava com sintomas de
means anything can
ingenuidade.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive!
Ela fez truque de mágica.
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending
Uma
to be
corda no
dead.
pescoço a 3 metros do ar.
If she
do
waited
chão.
until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
Tava com uma corda no pescoço, meu anjo.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
Porque alguém tocaria nela, não sei,
I
mas...
see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
Eu vou...
What the heck?
Vou enfiar esse microfone no cu do Nagito.
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Uma coisa muito conveniente.
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
Uhum.
Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Ela tava com sintomas de ingenuidade.
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
Não ia ser preciso, era só
I
falar
don't
pra
know
ela.
anything about that.
Só falar pra ela,
Don't
faz
say it
isso.
all proud.
Ela ia fazer,
On the
claramente.
brighter side, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So
Ela tava meio
maybe
burrinha
we
naquela
should
hora.
figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, An alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
No, nothing.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Sweet.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
Antes do anúncio do Monokuma.
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence!
O dia do monitor, o testemunho do Fio Henrico, o testemunho da Sônia.
We can
Deixa eu ver os testemunhos. Testemunho da Mika. Uhum.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
Acho que da Mika, né? O da Mika. Da Mika disse que eu tenho um álibi. É. Não
we can
quero
exclude the
backstage.
sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then...
No, that's wrong! Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video,
Estava dormindo
Mikan and I were
juntinho.
actually together for a while.
Estava dormindo juntinho.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on
A
top of
Mika
the
não ajuda.
Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward, so we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Parecem muitas razões, na verdade, já.
Are you saying there was another reason?
Já foi umas 3, 4, já foi uns 3,
I
4
feel
motivos.
really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Assim, de uma razão diferente. Se for esse o caso. Ainda sendo na armadilha do assassino. Dentro de uma armadilha feita por um de nós. Sendo assim, então... De quem seria essa armadilha? Que tipo de armadilha é? Já vamos pra pausa? Ixi. O argumento vai ser curto. Deu nem uma hora. Olá, Mona. Minhas bolas de música certamente parecem deliciosas hoje. Com isso, não me caracterizo como alguém que vive de bolas de músculo. E aqui está a hora de oportunidades. O que é isso? Agora a hora de apoio para a Mona começa. Hora de apoio? Seu irmão mais velho vai dar a oportunidade de recuperar sua honra perdida. Boa sorte, mostre a esses que te tratam como se você fosse uma ruiva. Isso é 99% sua culpa. Se você não me engano, seu tempo já está acabando, então por favor, faça seu apelo simples. Cerca de 30 mil palavras, algo assim. Isso é muito longo, será apenas um discurso chato. Vamos lá, se seu apelo for bem sucedido, pode haver oportunidade de mercado a caminho. Então... Eu sou Zami, a garota mágica Zami. Eu sou uma garota muito pequena e doce como leite. Meu Deus, eu pensei que a armazém de um certo robô deveria ser a melhor.
What a disappointment!
De quem você tá falando? Eu não tenho nenhuma ideia. Tu é burra, Mona.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation. Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
Obrigada. O motivo pelo qual o assassino cometeu um crime de imitação é a razão para falsificar a sequência do assassinato. Alguma coisa assim existe mesmo?
It suddenly got quiet in here.
Claro, você tá
Did
confundindo
I
todo mundo?
confuse you?
Sim.
If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
Man, this again.
If that's the case,
Eu não posso
it would have been
fazer
just
outra coisa
dead
além
if they
de...
had gone ahead and killed me too.
Posso fazer nada além
If
de
that
suspirar.
happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
Você só colocou essa
That
regra
rule is too
depois.
harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
Ok.
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
A regra só veio depois.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie. About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, The lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hiyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape. Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows. Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hiyoko's murder wasn't.
What?
O assassinato da Hyoko não foi planejado.
I understand that imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions? It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hiyoko go to the music venue?
Porque Hyoko foi a cara de show.
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Temo que ela tá dormindo, estou irritado. Por que Hyoko foi a casa de show? Se a resposta para essa pergunta é a chave para resolver esse mistério. Tenho que descobrir, seja o que for.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
É.
She was guided by the will of causality.
Ai, por favor. Fica quieto.
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
I agree with that. It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
Ah, mas
killer
isso
could have
você não
locked her
tão
door,
ficou
right?
claro
Just
que
to
esse foi
hide
o
the fact
ponto.
Hyoko got abducted.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
Quem vai me
I won't lose.
tretar?
Are you saying my gut was wrong? This will be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
Porque tu tá errado, a gente precisa descobrir quem é o
That's
assassino.
not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk! I'll shut you up right now!
Isso também da Sônia. Vai.
Hiyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hiyoko's room. Forcibly abducted her! The girl is so small and weak-looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
But Hiyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hiyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door! So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later!
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hiyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on! Try remembering Hiyoko's box. Her kimono was all messed up! There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer!
Allow me to cut through those words! The reason Hiyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hiyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then, the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes, do whatever you want to me.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
Pô, pouca casuíte. De jeito nenhum.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Tadinho dos hamster.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake.
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
Obrigado por voltar ao tópico, fui rico.
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
Nossa, que infeliz, né? Você vai pra um lugar bem na hora que tá tendo
When she went to the
assassinato.
venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation.
Killed Hiyoko.
Because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan. Do you have any ideas?
Não.
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
Calma, eu tô pensando. Quando assassino desde o início, tenho certeza que estamos muito, muito perto.
Hey, Nagito, any ideas?
Ele tava quieto até agora.
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Ué, vocês que mandaram ele ficar quieto.
Oh, am I allowed to speak? Oh, I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
So what do you think?
Simplesmente.
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Uau, obrigada
What are you talking about?
pelo
I
grande
thought there might be a
insight.
possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene,
Ela estaria sujando tudo.
there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Huh? Really? That's
É,
annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
não, espera um minuto. Se a Ibuki tivesse sangue nos pés, haveria pegados por todo lado se ela continuasse a andar por aí.
That's strange. That's very strange.
This is strange? What's strange?
Entendo, logo que terminamos de falar. As pegadas ainda é uma questão importante que nós ignoramos completamente. Assim como Nagita disse, se ela tivesse sangue em seus pés, ela teria deixado pegadas. Então por que não haver pegadas lá? A escada, né?
I can prove it with this.
De pegada na
If
escada.
Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself, it's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No
Limpa não
footprints or
tava.
bloodstains at all.
Do you notice such a small detail? How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate!
Claro que aí ele vai brincar comigo. Do que você tá falando? Você estava obviamente nos levando a isso. É por isso que você criou o tópico do suicídio depois de todo esse tempo. Nagita como é, você com certeza é alguém que eu não deveria... Você com certeza é alguém que eu não deveria subestimar.
Didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder?
Eu vi o vídeo de alguém subindo a
I
escada.
think there's no doubt that she really did climb.
Alguém subiu a escada.
Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video, hmm?
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
Conveniente. Então, como eu pensava, você resume isso. Os mistérios em torno deste incidente estão contidos nesse vídeo. E se podemos ou não alcançar essa verdade oculta. Tudo depende de mim.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
Oh, qual foi?
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Tem pressão, né, gente?
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
Se tivesse alguma pista escondida nesse vídeo, eu deveria ter visto algo estranho enquanto assistia. Sou o único que pode esclarecer isso. Sou o único que realmente viu esse vídeo. Então sou o único que pode fazer isso. Vídeo do enforcamento que eu vi. Com base em tudo que sabemos dos debates até agora, deveria ser capaz de descobrir o que tem de estranho. por aqui, né? Não, não é a cortina, é a escada.
Damn it!
Escadinha.
Here!
Eu tentei selecionar a escada.
That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Perdi vida à toa.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side,
Tinha sanguinho.
there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
Bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue. What do you mean?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills! Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
Cada hora ficou diferente. Chuck disse que as casas estavam em um lugar diferente, mas... Se for o caso, o que tem de diferente entre esse vídeo e a cena real do crime? A coisa, o lugar que o assassino utilizou pra fazer algo? Ai, caça-palavras de novo, não. Acho que é o lugar... O lugar de alguma coisa. O local. Não é local. Local. Local de quê? Local da... Ai, meu Deus! Não. É local primeiro. F. Ai, um M primeiro. errado. De novo, perdi quase metade da vida.
That's right. Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
Pra mostrar que eu filmaram um vídeo na casa de show em vez de outro lugar. Não fez com esse kit de câmera de vigilância. Qual parte do kit de câmera de vigilância você não pegou? Não vi que tinha um buraco ali. Eu fico cansado. Vale. Você não pegou a câmera da casa de show do hospital, da casa de show. Você não fez com a câmera de vigilância da casa de show. Velho. Qual parte do kit de câmera de vigilância você não pegou a câmera? Ou você não pegou a câmera da casa de show do hospital da casa de show? Ou você não fez com a câmera de vigilância da casa de show? Levou coisa.
It's all coming together. That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
Essa é um corpo
That's
pendurado.
true, but
Primeira coisa que você olha.
in order to
Câmera.
hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
Você não fez com o monitor restante. Deixou em pedacinho.
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Significa mesmo que tenha sido filmado em outro lugar, como se ela sendo transmitida para o hospital. O alcance seria bastante limitado. Então, nesse caso, onde foi filmado o vídeo para fazer com que pareça que foi filmado na casa de show. Que possibilidade seria? Não me diz que vai ter que trocar as palavras. Aquele lugar dentro daquele prédio. Sala de reuniões, não precisa fazer com as palavras. Já apanhei sala de reuniões. Meu Deus. Já começa assim. Eu devo deixar daquele dela. Gente. Ai, é um look. Eu tô moscando. Eu... Ai, eu explodi. Pariu. Reunião. Nossa.
I got it! It's possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? Conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
Só de reunião se parecer com a casa de show, foi em frente, fez um preparativo. Tem que deixar claro que seria expropriativo.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Eu tenho que
That must be it. What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From what I remember, there used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
Ou mó trampa como tem um assassinato.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid!
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
Mimetizasse.
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light-blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage. So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Outra coisa que o assassino fez pra fazer a casa de shows para ter constado de ruínas tem que ser aquilo. A vela.
I can prove it with this. You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
Ninguém foi botar o dedinho na vela pra ver se estava quente.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime. It's occurring in the conference room.
Que torna uma única pessoa suspeita. A imitação da polícia foi boa, mas o incidente aconteceu na cena do crime como é natural.
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room,
Uma única pessoa suspeita.
then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
Gente, vocês estão perdendo ponto.
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
Esse vídeo foi filmado na sala de reuniões, mas o corpo de Ibuki estava na casa de show. Significa que havia uma farsa em algum lugar, essa farsa deve ter sido Ibuki na sala de reuniões.
I see! The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki. It was the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
Então, por que não importa quão rápido correr, seria impossível salvar Ibuki. Naquele momento eu tinha caído na armadilha do assassino. E aquele que armou essa armadilha pra mim foi...
But why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video.
Forjar álibi.
There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
Sim. Isso mesmo, já deveria saber. Já deveria saber desde o princípio. Ah, eu sabia. Quem era o assassino. Disse alguém. Com prazer.
You're the only one! Mika, you're the killer, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Like I
Agora
said,
começa a ficar bom.
aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hyoko?
Killer? Huh? I'm the killer? What is this?
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible?
Não
A
acho.
chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Uhum.
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
E esse é o que incrimina ela.
Just a coincidence!
Nossa, foi uma
But
sequência
you're
de
the only one who could have
coincidências.
filmed that video in the hospital conference room.
Uma sequência muito grande de coincidências, amiga.
Is that also a coincidence?
Você deveria descansar um pouco, você deve ser exausto por estar cuidando do Nagito sem dormir certo. Então, já que você insiste, irei descansar na sala de plantão do segundo andar. Acho que você também deve estar exausto, então seria melhor você descansar na recepção.
At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you put on a hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming. By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music venue. And showed that to me. Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby.
E você mandou
If
aí.
someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Akane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
Please wait a second. What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible. There's no way I could kill someone.
Eu preciso de um argumento melhor que esse.
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
Obrigada.
Just shows she can't even do that.
Ah, cara, essas lágrimas falsas estão mesmo,
Hey, you sure this chick is
estão mesmo
really the
convencendo
killer?
vocês.
Wrong. It's totally wrong. It's not what you think.
Para de se fazer de coitada.
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Nikon is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time. In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation.
Para de se fazer de coitada, menina.
Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
Eu vou bater nessa menina.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Sim.
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
Hey, Hajime!
Todo mundo tá contra mim. Essas lágrimas falsas atingiram eles como uma bala, menos o Nagito. Porque de lado, lógica de lado, ela é realmente capaz de fazer uma coisa assim? Sim. Será que sou eu que estou cometendo um erro? Não. Não, na verdade seria muito mais fácil se eu estivesse errado. Eu tenho tantas dúvidas de que alguém com quem passei tanto tempo.
Can you hold on a minute?
Esse olhar de maluco dele.
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this.
Só o Nagito não foi atingido
I
pelas
missed all the
mentiras
critical
dela.
parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time
Só
like
fala
this.
logo. Eu tô te defendendo, então fala logo.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
Huh?
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
Are you serious?
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
Isso é um jogo. Literalmente é um jogo.
This is a game!
Please don't say such controversial statements.
Literalmente um jogo.
What do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Só uma pistinha dessas.
That's a huge deal!
A decisive clue. Does something like that really exist?
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope, and keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this. The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her.
Tadinha da Ibuki.
The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
Morreu de jeito tão cruel.
Don, I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along.
É. Meio que isso mesmo.
What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
Então no final você acorda numa grande pista. Então poderia muito bem procurar no texto em outro lugar.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
Huh? More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue.
Ele joga o
very
argumento pela
clear.
metade e fala que vocês se virem. Vamos no acto contém uma pista decisiva. Realmente é verdade. Ele dá meia dica. Ele fala, vocês que se virem. Eu já terminei meu papel.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and
No.
strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Não.
The body at the
Cheater.
crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame!
Ibuki didn't die from hanging.
Tá, vamos ver devagar.
She was strangled to death.
Ela foi estrangulada.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Não especificava.
Whoever misunderstood is to...
Tá, é a corda mesmo. Porque ela fala que é Mikan.
Ibuki didn't
Informou.
die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Você tem que perceber onde eu tenho que botar isso
Though
aqui.
hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different.
the scars they leave would look different too. Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
That must be it! So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
Uma coisa que eu quero te perguntar. Uma dúvida, acho que a causa da morte de Book foi o enforcamento por essa corda, certo? Sim, ela não tinha outros ferimentos externos, então na dúvida, acho que ela morreu por enforcamento. Entendi. Então a Book morreu se enforcando.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie, wasn't it, Mikan?
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
Você saberia a diferença.
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling.
Cara, você tava de
Just by
coitada.
looking.
Sua raiva.
You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
Please wait!
Cara, você tava de coitada.
First of all, I'm not a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that.
Conveniente.
That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
É culpa sua, sim.
You were right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
Não desse
Totally
tamanho.
right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got so careless.
Bota essa guria logo.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Ela tá cuidando do Nagito. E ele tá
Don't you
cuidando
think her
dela.
devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? Because she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you.
Primeira vez que eu concordo com o Nagito.
Crime at all.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
Eu já decidi. Só tem eu e o Nagito
I
nessa.
see. You guys are
Tiaki,
fine.
dá um help.
Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess.
Tiaki, dá um
But is
help.
that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer.
Bate na Mikan, Kanye.
There's no way. I'm capable of killing someone.
Is that really true?
Stop it already! That's enough!
Cala a
I
boca,
can't
Kanye.
stop. I don't want to do this either. Of course I don't want to do this. But I need to do this.
Eu quero fazer isso.
You doubt your friends?
That's not it. I suspect them because I want to believe them.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her. But I still
A
want
Tiaki
to
tá com a
believe
gente
her.
nesse barco.
Belief lies at the heart of that conflict. 'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
Porque burra.
If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first. Belief without doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Obrigada.
I won't stop you anymore.
Huh? Is that all you can say?
Chegamos.
So in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh?
Chegamos.
Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault. Everyone always treats me like that. Always.
Ela mostrando a verdadeira face.
It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that. You hear me? I'm done.
Hey, Mikan.
Agora vocês acreditam em mim?
It's not fair. 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 Not fair.
Nossa, parece uma Celeste.
If you did something wrong, you'd forgive yourself right away.
Não.
What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Parece uma coitada.
Acting like this your strategy now? Wow, this is annoying. Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to admit it? That's the issue.
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some? I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered 2 of our friends. That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair.
Não começa a falar de desespero. Chuck.
Hey, Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched? Like I said, it obviously wasn't me! Can you prove it? Prove it? Wait! Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? That's right! Show me your proof! Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room! Treating me like a killer based on an assumption! Just because I was at the hospital! That's totally crazy! I didn't do anything wrong! Why does everybody always hate me? Please, just forgive me already!
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally unstable.
I'm not the killer! The video... I never filmed that video! It seems she finally started arguing for us. But the only one who can find a hole in her argument is you, Hajime. So, I'm going to leave this to you
Vamos lá,
once
X1.
again.
Então esse era o objetivo da Chuck o tempo todo. 1x1, 1x1. Ela tá dizendo que o destino de todos depende de mim. Eu sou a única pessoa que viu esse vídeo.
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Where's your proof?
Vamos no X1, Mikan.
Forgive me already!
Para de fazer de coitado. Eu preciso me decidir. Eu sou o único que tem que fazer isso. Serei a pessoa que vai acabar com isso. Nossa, calma, tem muita coisa.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight?
Cacete.
There's
Ali
no
foi
way you'd
suspeito.
be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
O ângulo.
I'm not the killer!
Como ela sabe o ângulo?
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different bodies.
Is that really your proof?
A voz
You
dela
could tell
mudando
her
de
body type under
coitada
the hospital gown? Just from that
pra
video?
uma assassina fria
Just
calculista.
from that camera angle?
Acho
Just from that dim candlelight?
que eu tenho que pegar o erro dessa
There's
cena.
no way you'd be
Da
able to make out her
Jack.
body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody who could have filmed that.
Huh? Deep, is the hemp bag on? Is the hospital gown? Or could it be the hospital?
Ibuki and Mikan.
Is that really? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction.
De prima.
Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
Como você sabe o ângulo?
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle.
Porque é uma coisa muito irrelevante pra se mencionar.
So how can you say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself?
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Só aceita.
You serious? Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Forgive me! Huh? 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 Huh?
Chega.
Huh? Huh?
Chega.
I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible.
Impossível.
You know that hemp bag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try
Ah,
remembering
não
the
com esse argumento
photograph instead.
fraco.
Ding! I totally remember now.
Nossa, o jeito da
What the
Mikan
heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder
tá me
by the
dando um
minute.
arrepio.
That
O jeito
topaz.
dela agir.
Isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
Como você sabe?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that?
Eu
More
muito.
importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater? Hajime saw it too, didn't you? You remember the Usami decal on it, right? Oopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that tote bag is a limited item.
Perturbador,
So
garoto.
don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible. Don't you think?
A dubladora da Mika
Video
tá de
isn't
parabéns.
fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
Não.
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Cara, garoto, tá feio. Há quanto tempo que nos vemos? Bem, não realmente. Era da terceira atitude de pânico. Este provavelmente vai ser meu último trabalho durante o julgamento de classe. Por favor, me agrade enquanto eu mancho seus ouvidos uma última vez. A partir desse PTA serão adicionados os recursos de recarga e munição. Você não poderá mais se contentar com apenas o botão A. Abaixo do marcador de tempo na parte inferior da tela, o número de munições serão exibidos. A partir desse ponto, você precisará de uma munição para destruir um argumento. Ao ficar sem munições, você não será capaz de destruir os argumentos, não importa quanto você tente. Você será capaz de recarregar suas munições pressionando X. Assim como apontar, pressione X quando tem pouco marcador de tempo. Os controles são os mesmos. A. Faça coincidir o marcador de tempo pressionando X. O número de munições recarregadas é baseado em quão bem você manteve o tempo. Se você errar o tempo ao pressionar o X, as munições não serão recarregadas, então tenha cuidado. Além disso, a munição será completamente recarregada e não será executada durante o Fever Time. Se seu nível de dificuldade estiver definido como fácil, não precisa recarregar. Acho que vai ser uma explicação muito inútil, mesmo que tenha sido a última. Essa deve ser todas as explicações para o julgamento de classe, o resto depende de você. Quanto à pressão, você deve encontrá-la além desse ponto, que você e eu ansiamos por. Verdadeiro desespero. Então, boa sorte, divirta-se.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item! That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
Nesse ritmo não vamos chegar a lugar algum. Tem que fazer algo para acabar logo com isso. Tem que fazer algo para fazê-la admitir isso de uma vez.
You still haven't forgiven me? Please, draw on me! Why only me? Please, draw on me! Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me! Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Forgive me! Forgive me! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? Please, draw on me! Why only me? Please, draw on me! Can you forgive me already? only one bag.
Entendi, é,
It's
deu certo.
impossible to use it in two.
This is the end!
Fica quieta agora, garota, por favor.
Monokuma mentioned this earlier.
E que ao comprar uma sacola, você recebe outra de graça. Uma prática comum para atrair clientes com brindes extras.
Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize. Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in 2 separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Mikon, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left. Please, just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
Escreve no monitor. Apresenta depois da transmissão. O corpo está escondido antes. Pequena pista que o assassino deixou. Colocado de volta normal depois de destruí-lo. Não foi criado verdadeiro solo trancado. Isso. Só 2 conjuntos. Colocá-lo de volta ao normal depois de destruí-lo. O corpo está escondido antes. Assistente depois da transmissão.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Mikon this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music venue, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time. When in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hiyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hiyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room.
Doesn't even matter.
They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside.
Okay, don't know why.
In
Doesn't
actuality,
even matter how
the reason
hard
the
to
music
try.
venue became a closed room was because of the glue.
I'm trying.
The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open. With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko and me. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it.
O Rico dá chute de lado.
And they made us discover not just Ibuki's body, but Hiyoko's suddenly present
As
body as
mãos
well.
dentro do bolso.
At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
De doida. Surtou.
Whoa! Now she's laughing?
Virou de vez.
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you. This feeling of despair!
Mikan, you... What has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
Quarenta e quatro pontos. Ah, eu recebi um B. Nossa, que decepcionante. Eu recebi um B.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Let's go!
coitada.
Well now.
Eu vou aproveitar que acabou. Quero ir no banheiro. Apesar de ser óbvio nesse momento, vocês acertaram mais uma vez. Com essa já são 3 vezes seguidas. Isso mesmo, a verdadeira identidade da culpada que assassinou as 2 garotas é Mika Tsumiki.
Damn it.
Só pode estar brincando comigo. Tá dizendo que a Mika, aquela que cuidou da gente até ficarmos melhores, foi quem assassinou.
I won't forgive you.
Não brinca comigo, Mika. Você mentiu pra gente o tempo todo. Eu planejando matar ela desde quando começou a cuidar da gente. Surtada, rapaz. Não fique rindo, diga alguma coisa. Isso não vai levar a lugar, isso não vai levar a lugar algum.
What's going on?
Que perturbador esse riso de criança. Já dá pra estrelar um filme de terror. Essa garota.
Hey.
É diferente de como a Peco estava. Ela realmente enlouqueceu de vez.
That's
Não
obvious.
podemos fazer nada. Ela não é mais a mesma pessoa. Ela já não é mais a Mika Tsumiki que conhecemos. Hã?
Hey,
Quase nas minhas previsões, ela pode ser pego também. Ela provavelmente foi infectada com a doença do desespero, que foi incentivo para esse caso.
what?
Tá dizendo que a enfermeira também sucumbiu? É disso porque eu estava vendo ela o tempo todo, afinal ela era minha enfermeira. Minha consciência continuou à deriva, mas mesmo assim, quando eu vislumbrei ela, sua expressão era cheia de desespero. Um desespero tão desprovido de esperança que nem o único fragmento dela permaneceu. Pera, você disse que a Mika também estava com a doença do desespero? Então isso significa que ela estava...
What?
Ah, Adma, alguma coisa te passou pela cabeça? Meu corpo está pesado. Não apenas pesado, está um pouco macio e muito quente. Isso mesmo, a Mika estava muito quente naquele momento. Pensando bem, deve ter sido uma febre alta, assim como a Ibuki e a Kanye.
It cannot be.
Quer dizer que as sonhos da Mika foram fruto daquela terrível doença?
Perhaps.
Sintomas que ela certamente sentiu deve ter merecido o nome de doença do desespero. Perdendo toda a esperança e abrigando o desespero em seu lugar. Devido à doença do desespero, ela provavelmente foi contaminada pelo desespero.
See?
Essa é a razão pela qual ela ainda pode rir em uma situação tão desesperadora. Que medo! Eu até botou um pezinho na cadeira.
Jeez.
Significa que a Mika está diante de nós não é mais a super colegial enfermeira. Ela é uma pessoa completamente diferente e agora está infectada com a doença do desespero.
Isn't that right?
Ela é uma humana que merece ser chamada de super colegial de desespero. Super colegial do desespero? Agonia.
I...
Essa é a razão pela qual eu não posso perdoar isso. Quer dizer, assassinar alguém por causa do desespero em vez de ser pelo bem da esperança.
Possible.
Não tem como eu perdoar isso. E ele surtou também. Olha os olhinhos dele. Todo mundo surtado.
Oh?
Por causa do desespero. Você está completamente enganado.
Huh?
Tô errado? Errado? O que tem de errado?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
Huh? Huh?
E o que você tá falando? Se essa pessoa ainda estivesse com vida, ela estaria muito feliz. Tenho certeza disso.
My beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one who never hated me. They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me. They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full. This is my reciprocation.
Para de surtar, amiga. Compreendo que fiz algo imperdoável. Você sabe que para transcender o seu verdadeiro sentimento,
It's love.
você tem que fazer tudo pelo seu amor.
Hey,
Não estou entendendo nada do que você está falando. Você não entendeu? É porque você nunca teve alguém pra amar? É porque você é alguém que nunca foi aceito por alguém? Que pena, sinto muito por você.
Well,
Mesmo que eu diga isso, tenho certeza de que alguém aqui não entenderia. O amor é uma coisa maravilhosa. O sentimento de liberdade de você não se importa mais com nada. Eu e meu amor somos as únicas dentro desse véu fino. Eu estou apenas olhando para fora através dele. É por isso que enquanto eu estiver com ela, não importa o quanto me provoquem, me insultem, me chutem.
how
Mas não importa.
amazing.
Mesmo que eu morra, isso não importa. Quem se importa com a esperança ou o desespero? Só importa apenas com o meu amor.
Could it be?
Ah, que tem essa doença do desespero que você estava falando.
this is...
Parece que eu estava errado, ela não foi apenas afetada pelo desespero. Você estava meio certo. É certo dizer que tudo isso é graças a essa doença. Porque graças a essa doença eu fui capaz de lembrar da pessoa que eu amo. Lembrar? Aparentemente esse era meu sintoma. Um sintoma maravilhoso. O que significa que você teve o sintoma da recordação?
But...
Mas se isso significa que ela lembrou de algo e acabou assim?
such despair.
Quer dizer que você era assim desde o início? Você era assim antes mesmo de chegar a essa ilha? Não fique tão bravo. Bem, antes de tudo... A razão pela qual eu me tornei assim não foi com minha culpa. Foi culpa de todos vocês, sabia? Porque não é como se eu fosse inteiramente responsável por acabar assim. Sou a pessoa que sou hoje por causa de muitas interações com diferentes pessoas. Então a culpa é de todos vocês por terem me tornado assim, entenderam? Mesmo assim, meu eu atual foi fortemente mais influenciado pela existência do meu amor. E também foi ela que criou o eu que todos não podem perdoar. Mas meu amor ainda me perdoa e ainda me aceita do jeito que sou. Essa é a principal diferença entre todos vocês e meu amor.
Don't fuck with me!
Já perguntei isso antes, de quem diabos tá falando? Maluca, você tá dizendo que essa é a Mika? Ela é a verdadeira Mika. Então, por favor, me responda. Você realmente se lembrou de algo? Você acabou assim porque você se lembrou de algo? como acreditar nisso. Não tem como a pessoa que você é agora ser a verdadeira Mika. Você ainda duvida de mim? Então, para provar que me lembrei, vou te contar uma coisa interessante. É sobre essa organização, Destruidores de Mundos, com a qual todos vocês estavam tão preocupados.
You serious?
Você sabe? Não sei, apenas acabei de me lembrar, só isso. Eu sabia sobre isso o tempo todo, como aquela organização horripilante conhecida como Destruidores de Mundo. Também a organização conhecida como Fundação do Futuro. Fundação do Futuro. Futuro. Future Foundation. Isso mesmo, aquele símbolo na porta da ruína antiga. Isso mesmo. Era a palavra japonesa para futuro. The Future Foundation. Apenas me diga o que é essa Fundação do Futuro, o que eles estão planejando. Como o nome sugere, essa organização são os Destruidores de Mundos. A Fundação do Futuro está tentando pôr o fim ao nosso mundo. Para simplificar, eles estão tentando reivindicar o mundo para si. Que diabos é isso? Isso não é uma história de quadrinhos, sabe? Como parte de seu plano para acabar com o mundo, a Fundação do Futuro nos trouxe para essa ilha. Na verdade, meu nome... Eu sabia. Monomi e Monokuma ambos são membros dessa organização maluca, não são? Monomi e eu não somos membros.
I am Monokuma!
Minha existência é inteiramente minha. Surtada! Não ria. Ei, Mika, se você realmente se lembra, nós tomou um fecho do Nagito. E você já sabe, certo, sobre a verdadeira identidade do traidor escondido entre nós. É claro que sei disso. Vamos ver, o lacar da Fundação do Futuro que está escondido entre nós é... Ninguém se importa com isso, certo? Mas pro inferno. Eles eventualmente irão descobrir, então não há necessidade de serem tão impacientes. Provavelmente quando a contagem regressiva acabar. Contagem regressiva? Você sabe mesmo sobre isso? Não sei de nada. Hã? Tenho a sensação de que é isso, mas quem se importa com isso, né? Você me afogando com tanto amor e do fundo do meu coração percebo que eu simplesmente não me importo com ninguém. Ikan, é de fato você a pessoa que se encontra diante de nós? Não vou acreditar nisso. Não tem como acreditar que você era assim o tempo todo. Porque se isso for verdade... Então quem seria aquela pessoa que estava conosco o tempo todo até agora? É o passado. Passado. Essa pessoa, ela não existia desde o começo. Ela só é o meu passado que foi perdido junto com as memórias da escola. Vocês consideraram essa coisa uma amiga. Isso não me deixa feliz, só me enche de desespero. Vocês aceitaram o meu passado, mas não o meu presente. Então você... Bem, isso aplica a todos vocês também. Memórias de pessoas, memórias de eventos, seja qual for a memória, perder as memórias é... Como perder essa identidade pessoal. A memória é o componente mais importante na construção de uma pessoa, não acha? Perder as nossas memórias nos torna sombras do passado. Você não acha? Não sei o que você está tentando dizer, mas... No final sempre leva de volta essa história sobre nossas vidas roubadas na escola.
Bye!
Então era verdade o tempo todo que nossas memórias foram retiradas.
Damn it!
Se não fosse verdade, nós não estaríamos sofrendo tanto. Bem, por que você não aproveita seu tempo e tenta se lembrar do nosso próprio ritmo? Oh, Monokuma, tá tudo bem se você começar agora?
Yes, indeed.
O castigo? Droga, por quê? Mikan, por que tem que terminar assim? Isso não serviu pra nada. Isso já é demais.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Era só pra colegiar a enfermeira, Mika Tsumiki.
So it's over. It's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me.
Tá indo pra
I can
forca.
finally see them.
É,
Please
vai mesmo.
forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Nós vamos pro
Let's
inferno.
give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Nós vamos se encontrar no inferno, isso sim. Boa sorte aí com o teu amor. Tchau, tchau, Dodói. Acabou. Isso realmente acabou? A cena que matou Ibuki Miyode e Ryoko saiu onde foi a Mika Tsumi. E ela foi executada. Ela aparentemente cometeu o seu crime porque ela foi contaminada com a doença do desespero. Então, o que acabou? Ninguém queria que acabasse assim.
Let me ask.
Era aquela garota lerda da metamorfose. Essa sua forma demoníaca é real, ou miasma do desespero a forjou. Isso já não importa mais. Ela acabou dessa forma apenas por lembrar. Então o tempo todo a Mika nunca foi um símbolo da esperança.
But...
Mesmo que suas palavras fossem influenciadas pela doença do desespero, se a doença fez ficar assim. Ela perdeu para uma simples doença, com certeza ela não era digna de ser um símbolo da esperança. Deixa eu te contar uma coisa. Então vamos seguir em frente. Vamos pegar todo esse desespero e transformá-lo em esperança. Uma coisa inconcebível. Quer dizer, eu pensei que éramos amigos esse tempo todo, mas mesmo assim. Como um castelo de cartas que desaba em um instante. Afinal, a nossa amiga que pensávamos que conhecemos bem acabou nos mostrando um lado completamente diferente. Então ela desapareceu de nossa visão, deixando para trás apenas sua malícia em nossa direção. E agora não há nenhuma maneira de nós podermos apenas seguir em frente e ignorar esses sentimentos. Isso é claramente impossível.
Damn it!
Isso teria sido muito mais fácil se ela fosse traidora também.
Wrong.
Que azar, esse não é o caso. Mika não era traidora.
Come
O traidor
on.
está vivo, como prova, vejam quão bem amor me parece estar agora. Não tô nada bem. Mas se o traidor morresse, você não estaria tão calma, certo? Quer dizer, ambos são peões da fundação do futuro, então vocês dois estão de certa forma ligados, certo?
You fiend.
Revela a tua entidade, disseste não ser da linhagem da Monami. Quem se importa com quem eu sou? Mais importante, estou cansado. O drama apenas continuou se enrolando, e no intervalo não tive tempo de comer os feijões dos meus olhos. Foi direito um feijão preto. Pera, agora não é hora de se concentrar nisso. O que você tá tentando dizer? Ah, de repente se lembrou que não era hora. Você já ouviu falar que a vida tem altos e baixos? É divertido porque os baixos vêm depois dos altos, mas se a vida fosse cheia de baixos, não seria chato. Então, para ajudá-los a se sentirem melhor, eu preparei um evento especial. Evento especial? Vamos pra praia da primeira ilha. Um velho amigo está esperando por vocês lá. Velho amigo? Será que é o Nekomaru? É isso, não é? O Nekomaru estava seguro, afinal. Seguro. Como devo dizer isso? Sabia que aquele louco bastardo do Nekomaru voltaria pra nós inteiro. Incrível, estamos começando a ver a luz da esperança. A luz da esperança? Estou feliz que o Nekomaru está voltando para nós, mas eu...
So just as I thought.
Três de nossos amigos acabaram de morrer, então honestamente não posso estar feliz. Senhorita Sônia, mas a musiquinha já tá feliz.
However,
Ainda assim, eu sinto júbilo em meu coração. É gratificante saber que o Sr. Nekomaru está bem.
Fine.
Você está feliz? Você deve honestamente cumprimentá-lo de braços abertos. As almas perdidas agiriam assim se a morte não as tivesse levado. Ei, Supremo Senhor Bastardo, desse jeito não combina com você. Silêncio, horrível direito à existência apocósmico. Senhorita Bux, Senhorita Ryoko, Senhorita Mika, podem ver as minhas palavras? Se não estão felizes, eu peço desculpas. No entanto, por favor, me perdoem por agora. Eu pretendo receber o Nekomaru com toda a hospitalidade em seu regresso. Você não precisa se preocupar, Sônia. Tenho certeza de que seus sentimentos estão chegando a elas.
Right?
Então vamos todos cumprimentar o Nekomaru. Vamos torná-lo grandioso, mesmo que para aqueles que morreram. Que diabos é isso? Eu ainda tô com os efeitos secundários dessa doença. Não entendo. Akane. Tudo bem, então vamos. Sim, sem razão. Nekomaru está voltando quando vemos isso. Eles não pararam pra pensar. Não conseguimos conter nossa emoção enquanto entramos no elevador. Cara, eles simplesmente fugiram sem ouvir o que eu tinha pra dizer. Caramba, eles são tão impacientes. Eles não aprenderam a ouvir alguém até terminarem de falar? O que isso significa? Você tá tramando algo de novo, não tá?
No way!
Não tô tramando nada, só tava tentando explicar adequadamente tudo pra eles. Incluindo sobre o corpo do Nekomaru. Sobre o corpo do Nekomaru? A culpa é deles por não esperarem até eu terminar de falar. Então, se algo acontecer por causa disso, não assumirei qualquer responsabilidade. Você, o que você fez com o Nekomaru?
What's this?
Eu fiz? Acabei de salvá-lo, só isso. Quer dizer, se eu não fizesse aquilo, não teria como salvar alguém que estava à beira da morte. Eu simplesmente não posso fazer nada. Assim que saímos do elevador, começamos a correr. Vamos rápido pra praia da primeira ilha. Vamos esses traseiros. Mesmo que nossos ventres estivessem completamente exaustos, curiosamente, nossos corpos sentiam a luz. Sem parar por nada, continuamos correndo em direção à praia na primeira ilha. Onde você tá, Nekomaru? Ei, Nekomaru, apareça aqui. Nós devemos buscá-lo. Por favor, se apresse e saia do seu esconderijo. Nós levantamos nossas vozes. Nós olhamos ao redor da área. Levantamos nossas vozes novamente. Nós olhamos ao redor da área novamente. E assim por diante, continuamos procurando por ele. Mas...
Hey, hey!
Não é isso, cara. Ele não tá em lugar algum.
Damn it!
Será que recebemos informações falsas do mundo de novo? E foi quando algo inesperado aconteceu. Ouvimos uma voz familiar ecoando pela praia.
What happened? Were y'all looking for me?
Could it be?
Essa voz. Com grande esperança em nossos corações, voltamos para a direção da voz. Então vimos algo realmente inacreditável.
Huh? What the?
Yo! I've kept you waiting! Hey! What's going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on?
Todo mundo com cara de
messing with me,
tracinho, ó,
I'll stop
tracinho.
doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body?
Ah, isso aqui.
This is nothing!
Bobeira.
The name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
Você acha mesmo que isso é normal, querido? 9 dias restantes. 14 horas, 34 minutos, 15 segundos, 14 segundos, 13 segundos. Capítulo 3. Preso pelo aroma do oceano. Estudantes sobreviventes. 9. Danganronpa. Continua. Obteve um presente, avental de enfermeira. Esperávamos que as coisas iriam melhorar. Isso mesmo, uma pequena melhoria seria suficiente. Por exemplo, o ouviu do inimigo desmoronando logo após derrotar o chefe final, seu amigo morto de repente reaparecer vivo. Acabei de perceber que esse é um capítulo novo, então... eu vou parando por aqui. É isso, muito boa noite, coração. São 7 horas. Boa noite. De qualquer forma. E até uma próxima.